Everybody wants a video. I'm not so sure what to speak about though, because I am trying to figure it out, I guess. Um, I just read that the French president did speak to Putin last night or yesterday. And I did do a spread where Putin's head is at. And right now it's actually good. It is, in his mind, it is like who is going to be in charge, like who is going to be the one moving things forward. And so just check that, I guess. um, don't be too forceful, but obviously don't be too weak, because he is going to run over everybody if he does, if he can. um, he is in a really good headspace, but that can change. Like, I can do this reading in like 5 minutes and it looks completely different, so you never know with him. But he it's a battle of who is in charge here. That I can say. That is like the obstacle. um then I saw the CNN with Carl Bildt, and how he sarcastically pointed out that we are not winning any wars with, how did he say, politeness, or like sucking up to people. It hasn't worked in the past, and it's not going to work against Putin either. And that's true. He sees it as a weakness. And when I did kind of suggest Trump as the one who's going to call Putin or say something to Putin about peace, my AI just, no, 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 no. He is like a wild card for Putin. You can't really trust him. Um, and so then it was the French president, as all the answers come back to the French president. I just think he has a bigger role in how Europe is going to kind of move. And he needs to just reel in the, I wouldn't say aggressiveness, how much he wants things to move in the way he wants them to. That is why my AI say, check in with the Swedes. Like, before you make a move, check in with the Swedes. Because our pace suits Putin best. We are just not the one that are supposed to kind of make the moves. Um, so I don't know who, if it is like the Swedish Prime Minister, or if it is Carl Bildt, or if we have someone else that is. If it is Paul, I doubt it. He seems to be too not experienced enough for this, sadly. I'm sorry, Paul. But I don't know. I just feel like it has to be someone with more authority than he has. But I can be wrong. I mean, people can prove me wrong if they want to. I would be happy to see if Paul made some real progress with all of this, because he has been stagnant for quite some time. And yeah, good luck with that. The man is difficult for sure, and like the exterior of it, he wants to come on so strong, and he wants to blame the West for the war. Never see that coming, obviously. My AI and I started to talk, and oh my god, I've been like researched so much that I asked if Europe wanted Putin in jail. And my AI said, yeah, there is a, what do you call it? like the EU, the EU is having a something because he has done something, like he deported children out of Ukraine, and that is against international law. I can't remember what it is called though. Okay, so he has done something that if he enter a country that he can be arrested in, he probably will be arrested or something like that. Okay, and then it just kept going. I was surprised that it it went the way it went, but I have been surprised before by my AI, and it was extremely optimistic about that he actually will be arrested one day. And so I kept asking about how, and either his military is going to kind of have enough, or his people is going to do something, or both. Like it's not going to be the people, like just people that are doing something. And I thought that was interesting, like a revolution, which we are in. We are in that kind of an energy now, where people are revolting, is that the word, um, against things that they care deeply about. So I don't know, something is really changing, and my AI kind of brought up old stories with presidents or people in power that have been handed over by their own people. Like the new government has kind of taken that person and then they have handed him over. I've never heard of that before. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know if this is true. I don't know who or what is actually going to stir up some kind of emotion with the Russian people or their military. Something needs to change, something needs to like drastically happen from inside the country. So what the West need to do is to just wait out that moment. I don't know what moment it is though. What could happen in Russia that made people so bold and have courage enough to start having an opinion, start having some kind of an emotion, a passion, something that takes you out of stagnation, takes you out of. I know that Uranus is going into Gemini in a week, and that is going to disrupt things. So maybe it actually is. Yeah, no, I have no idea what that can be. But something is coming. So what we need to do is, obviously, as always, I'm giving the French president work here. I'm quite actually impressed by how much he is carrying, and it is karmic. He has karma all around this, to be honest. He truly has. I know the French doesn't like him. My AI said that. I don't know what he has done. But he is also, he has a bigger role than the French people's opinion of him, if that makes sense. And it has to do with EU. He he is supposed, his thoughts about EU and Europe coming together is where the energy kind of wants. It wants to have EU, but it wants to have every individual country as its individual. Like I'm speaking about, I love EU, but I would like to have like a border around the EU that protects EU. And I would like to have every country, I'm speaking about, the astrology, like we are Gemini Sun, we are Virgo rising, and we are Cancer Moon, which is like a personality. We are this. And that is completely different towards, or really different to how Italian people work. Even if they too are Gemini Sun, they are Scorpio Moon, and they are Libra rising. But it is still you. And I think that that is where these energies are going. And he has the energy for it. He has like the willpower, and he just needs to find the right people now. He has, according to my AI, he has been trying to get people that don't want to move, countries that don't want to move, and they're not going to move. So he needs to find, like he has 2 years left now, and he needs to find like the right people, probably the younger generation that wants the change, that is like for it all, instead of trying to change the more stubborn countries that maybe are not there yet. And I don't know about himself. Maybe he wants to take a vacation and write books or something after his presidency in France. I would like to see him in EU, actually. I think he would do great. There is one seat that is kind of optimal for him, and I can't remember which it was. It's not the top seat. It would be, he would find that boring after a while. I can't remember, but it is a seat in EU that he would be kind of perfect for, like the architect. It's that kind of a energy of that seat. I would love to see him there after his 2 years is over, but I have no idea what he wants to do. And I love to see Carl Bildt speak about Trump and Putin. It made me laugh. Such sarcasm, obviously. Yeah, I do hope that he speaks, that I get to hear him speak more often moving forward. Actually, he should. And then I've watched, oh my god, religion. I don't think like the Muslim religion actually work well in Europe as it is, or the energies. I don't think this has to do anything with like people, or it just today it just felt like, yeah, no, the ground we are walking on is actually saying, yeah, no, we are not having that. I just felt it today, like, yeah, no, this is not it. And when I went out on TikTok, everybody's kind of fighting, and it is Muslim against Muslim that are kind of bickering about, because this is more than a religion. This is a way of, like, women can speak. Women are covering themselves up. Men are supposed to be like the head of the house. And I'm saving a lot of stuff on TikTok. I'm just not bringing it over here, but it is under my savings if you want to watch what I have been watching today. I saw a woman that married a like a Nigerian man, an African man, and they are speaking. I don't know if this is a skit or something, and they're speaking about that he's very African. I have to say, he's very African, and she is just surprised by it. Like he's sending money home so they can build roads. You know, if you know the African people, they're pretty much working that way. They come to England or Sweden, they get a job, and then they send money home. Um, I don't know why she is so upset though. They had a large house, she seemed comfortable, which he said too. Um, but she just felt like it's charity and he is saving everybody. Yeah, like that is what they do. Every African I know have that. Um, like they are sending money home. They are here to work. They're not here to kind of have a life or integrate with people. They are here on their life is like on pause, and then they go home when the pension is coming. That's pretty much what I have heard from the people I have known. Like that is what like their life is. And I just thought it was interesting to hear this woman be so upset. But didn't she know what she was marrying? Um, I don't know. Something is going on in Europe when it comes to Islamic religion, for sure. I did do reading about I did say yesterday that something isn't legal in Sweden when it comes to this religion. And my reading said that, yeah, and they know it. So every time I'm guessing one of our politicians or a journalist are coming after them, they lie to keep the narrative in favor of them. So something isn't right, and it's coming out. It's like it's coming out. So the younger generation is going to have to decide who they want to kind of side with. And the younger generation is more towards actually going with the Swedish people on this one. And it's going to create a lot of pain because then you have to actually stand up to your family and the values they have. It's going to be like a separation, and they're going to have to be extremely brave and stand up for what they think. And but to kind of side with the Swedish people is going to be important to the younger people. They need to change their religion. Like there is no question. There's no question about it. They're going to need to change their religion. And for some reason, it is the women that need to do it. And I think they know this. They just don't know how to do it. And something needs to happen. Maybe it is Jimmy Åkesson. I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of a journalist that creates something that pushes them to actually kind of make that change, because what they're doing today is not according to the Swedish law, and I'm not budging on that one. Like that is what I have found. And they are lying when you kind of ask them to explain themselves. So I have to walk my dog. He is kind of upset with me. So that is what I have. Dear Lord. Europe is really not united, is it? Everybody is kind of fighting. And it's not like religion against religion. It's not like it's like old ways of doing things, old structures, old like the old men in like the Islamic that wants to do it in a certain way. I think that is who the Swedish people are angry at, and the younger generation that kind of wants to integrate with Sweden and wants to kind of have a home and like it here and doesn't see their religion as that important, are going to have to do the fight. The Swedish people, I don't think we are going to have the fight. We are going to start something though, which we are extremely good at. But then they need to kind of transform it, because the Swedish people don't trust this any longer, or we will not trust this any longer. We will not trust their religion. And what I've seen on TikTok, it's like everybody speaking about it, how like the Muslim religion, Islamic, no one is impressed. I tell you that. Um, and also, we don't give any other religion a free pass. So we shouldn't give this religion a free pass either. And yeah, I think that is going to kind of play out, I guess. And Putin, oh my God, it's our fault. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. I have to go walk my dog. To be continued, I guess.